At the top of the screen, you see the remainder theorem, and the remainder theorem says that a polynomial uh, can be broken down into a binomial x minus r times the quotient plus p of r, that's the remainder. So in other words, in red, you see 44 divided by 7. We divide that out, the answer is 6, but you have 2 left over, so it's a remainder of 2. If we reverse this, 44 is equal to 7 times the 6, which would be 42 plus the remainder 2. So basically, the remainder theorem does two things. One, it helps us to find the factors of a polynomial. And two, if the way you find the factor is when you use synthetic division, if you get a remainder of 0, then that number is indeed a factor of the polynomial. So let's take a look at that. We have a polynomial at the top, x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x minus 5. And we're going to see if the number negative 3 is a factor. But in this case, negative 3 is written out as x plus 3. Now, what's the reason for that? Remember, when x equals negative 3, we have to set it up equal to 0. So we want to add 3 to both sides. So x plus 3 equals 0. That would be our binomial. So let's do synthetic division on this. We want to bring all the polynomials from all the coefficients from the polynomial and write those down. 1, 4, negative 3, and 5. And we're going to take the number from the binomial and divide it. And remember, just as a simple way to remember, just always change the sign from the binomial. So minus 3 would be our number to divide by. So the first thing we do is bring the 1 down to the bottom. We take that and multiply by negative 3 and write the answer under the 4. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Repeat the process. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And minus 3 is minus 6. Negative 6, go back to the same negative 3 times each other would be 18. 18 and 5 are 23. That last place is a special place. That's when we place the line there because that is our remainder. So what we're going to have is a polynomial 1 degree less than the original. So the original is a 3rd degree. So our polynomial left over will be a 2nd degree. So we can go ahead and use these numbers at the bottom and write down the polynomial. So 1 would be x squared, then plus x, because it's another coefficient of 1, minus 6, the last number does not get a variable, and then write your remainder is r 23. Remember, if that remainder had been 0, then the number negative 3 would indeed be a factor of the polynomial. But as it stands now, x plus 3 is not a factor.